that you lost your home, you didn't have any food, what would you do? You'd have to make huge changes just like these polar bears are doing right now. The polar ice caps have melted faster in the last 20 years than in the last 10,000 years. And a big step for this is global warming, which is one of the main reasons why. And that's happening because of us humans. And the polar ice caps are melting, they're affecting all the living organisms, affecting the climate, and also they're making just a huge change around the world. Alright, polar bears live in the 5 different Arctic regions. They live in Alaska in the US, and also in Canada, Greenland, Norway, and Russia. The temperatures there can get down to negative 50 degrees, so you might wonder how the heck do they stay warm. They have 2 layers of skin, and they also have a layer of fat that keeps them warm and insulated. They also have compacted ears, like right there, and short tails that also keep their heat inside them warm. And they have paws that help them run on the ice because they have small bumps on their fingertips, and they help them catch their prey, which is seals. And they also have a problem with overheating rather than getting cold, and you might think that's weird because it gets down to negative 50 degrees, but it happens when they run for their prey and they get really overheated inside of them. Here's a chart that shows, right here the blue dotted line is from 1981 to 2010, and in July the melting was 22%, and in the 2012 the red, it shot up all the way to about 90%, so that's a 68% difference from 2012. Alright. From the summer to the winter, scientists have realized that when the icebergs come back, they've been coming less and less and less, and there's not been coming enough back. From 2004 to 2009, 68% of the females had to swim 30 miles just to find a place to rest and sit on an iceberg. And also the cubs have had to go with their moms, and they don't have all the insulation and all the muscle and the fat in them that helps them pull themselves for 30 miles. So they've had to lose their parents, and they can't keep their heads up in storms, so they would die, or else they would just lose their parents. And it shows that 11% of the females that swam these long distances, 5 of those had cubs that were lost in the storms. Alright, they've also had to make a new menu because they can't find their seals that they usually eat because they don't have the icebergs. And they've been having to raid the nests of geese, and they've had to eat the geese, and they've also had to smuggle these caribou that they're eating right here on the land. And you might wonder what global warming is caused by. It's caused by the greenhouse gases, and it's acting as like a big blanket over the earth that's keeping it warm. And us humans are making that happen because we're letting off these fossil fuels into the air, coals and oils into the air, and the Arctic ice is melting because of that. And the polar bears have to lose their habitats, they have to make different changes in their eating, and it's affecting the entire ecosystem. Alright, right here's a picture of Greenland. Here's all the ice that is there, and then right in that other picture, it's gone. Now, how long do you think it took how many days do you think that it took that to happen? Anybody?
Days?
Whoa,
15 hours.
It took 4 days for that to happen. This one was July, that one was July 12th, and 97% of it was gone. So 23% of the population is said to be gone by the middle of the century, and all of it is said to be gone by the end of the century, unless we act now. Scientists have discovered that if we act now, there's still time remaining to limit our amount of greenhouse gases that we let off into the air. So I think we should act now and limit our resources from greenhouse gases. So thank you for listening to my presentation.